A pro-democracy group coalition against corrupt leaders in Nigeria on Thursday stormed the presidential villa to demand the immediate sacking of the governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele. The group accused Emefiele of fraud, diversion of government funds, and perpetuating unwholesome practices in the forest management in the country. The protest, tagged "Emefiele Must Go," witnessed a large turnout. The convener, Dauda Yakubu, who spoke with journalists, said that Emefiele had not only desecrated the revered Apex Bank in Nigeria, but also made the country a laughingstock in the Committee of Nations. Is it now? When APC and PDP did their primaries, when dollars and all manner of money flowing here and there, almost immediately the naira got devalued. You people did not know that Nigeria has been a laughing stock among the Committee of Nations, but because of this naira design, which Buhari himself is even playing to the gallery with, you are not telling us that Nigeria is now a laughing stock with all the atrocities happening. I thought people would say that it is a global thing, or you are always coming out to tell us it's a global problem. So why now? I welcome you all to this gathering that was convoked with the best of intentions for our dear country. As concerned stakeholders in the Nigeria project, we have witnessed one of the worst leaders in the annals of the country, explained. The governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, has not only desecrated the revered Apex Bank in Nigeria, but also made the country a laughingstock in the Committee of Nations. His penchant for voodoo economies is also legendary. The policy somersaults and inconsistencies in fiscal policies have indeed hurt the country's economy in unimaginable ways. This is indeed sad, and we wish to put on record that Godwin Emefiele is not fit to continue in office as governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. It remains a mystery how the governor of the sensitive Central Bank of country would engage in partisan politics by vying for the position of president, expending billions of naira from the votes of the central bank in his political ambition. A situation where the governor of the central bank would be neck deep in forest round tripping is most dishonorable and defeats all known ethics in the sector. This indicates that Godwin Emefiele must have been availing sensitive government information concerning monetary and fiscal policies to patrons and benefactors over the years. We know that the CBN governor introduced the naira design as a medium to cover up for some of the anomalies he perpetrated in office. Consequently, several billions of naira were expended for changing the color of some naira denominations. Godwin Emefiele is an economic saboteur that should be arrested, prosecuted for fraud, diversion of government funds, perpetuating unwholesome practice in the forest management in the country, and other acts too numerous to mention. The recent revelations regarding the stamp duties accounts indeed bring to the fore why Godwin Emefiele must be relieved of his appointment as the governor of the central bank. He lacks the moral right and strength of character to superintend over the affairs of the Central Bank of Nigeria. He is morally bankrupt and on the verge of plunging the country into an unimaginable economic crisis. His voodoo economic policies have brought woes and untold hardship to the country. Nigeria cannot afford to have the likes of Godwin Emefiele occupy any position of authority in the country. Talk more of staying in office as the Central Bank of Nigeria. Governor Godwin Emefiele has bled the country through his nefarious activities that date back to the Goodluck Jonathan era, where he superintended over shady deals that almost crippled the country's economy. In the struggle against corrupt and incompetent leaders in Nigeria, my comrades, we stand united to ensure that Godwin Emefiele is relieved of his appointment as governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. We are aware of many unanswered questions concerning what happened to monies realized through the federal government stamp duty fees. We are all so aware that there are spirited efforts by Godwin Emefiele and his goons to kill the agitation in the media, with hundreds of millions of naira earmarked for that purpose. This remains a shame, and Nigeria shall not allow such a corrupt man to continue to head the sensitive and central bank of Nigeria. Our demand is one: Godwin Emefiele must be relieved of his appointment as governor of the central bank. The second step is that he must be investigated and made to face the full wrath of the law for causing so much harm to the economy of Nigeria through the implementation of dubious and abracadabra policies that favor him, his cronies, and his political patrons. We are calling on the president and commander-in-chief to wield the big stick and save the country from further disintegration as a result of the ignoble activities of Godwin Emefiele at the Central Bank of Nigeria. We also call on the security agencies to launch a full-scale investigation into the operations of the Central Bank of Nigeria from 2014 to date to unravel the rot in the system. Nigeria deserves better leaders to actualize our hopes and aspirations. Godwin Emefiele must go. My comrades, this is our position. The world is watching as events unfold. I think the first person that ought to have resigned, who has destroyed this country, is the Buhari that you are calling. It is not only in this area of Emefiele, other areas that Buhari has destroyed this country. You are not coming as you are calling Emefiele, and meanwhile you've forgotten that the same Buhari you are calling is the one who said he is backing him, and the presidency has come out to defend this stamp duty of a thing. The presidency has defended him. So the reason why this man is so bold in all the things he's been doing is because he has a backing of the presidency. And you think it is by mistake that he has not been relieved of his job since 2014? Politician-sponsored protests, vote buying politicians behind this. That is political sponsored coalition protesting. If not, you would have heard that their clash with police or army 200 by now. Yes, so if not, you would have heard that they have clashed with police and army 200 dead by now. Yes, useless coalition of mad people. Cash limit must stand, and it has come to stay. They are protesting to have a better bargain in selling their votes. Their evil laws politicians sent them to do so. Vote Ubidati come 2023. Not only Asorock, but inside presidential villa. Nigeria is indeed, the more you look, the less you see. Fear North. Tell us that Northerners want him to go. Don't mention any coalition. Nigeria, my country, where the oppressed fight for the oppressors. Are these people protesting because they want to withdraw more than 100,000 naira, or because they are being sponsored by the political godfathers? To be honest, this country is indeed of intervention, coalition of wars. The story should have been Buhari must go. Exactly. It has been. It should be. And they opened presidential villa for them. These persons protesting, I didn't even know they have that 20,000 naira to withdraw every day. If not the correct politicians paying them again to protest for their interests, Nigerians used to be wise. Yeah, they will not be wise though. What kind of country is this? How much were they paid? We go get sense last. So last Nigerians go get sense. They're not going to even forget. If Nigerians at this stage they don't get sense, we see how people who are coming out. Like people are asking, is it because of the limits in withdrawal? All these people, do you even have 20,000 to withdraw every day? All these are rented crowd kindly protest for fuel price increase. bunch of lunatics. Buhari is there not saying anything concerning the fuel that he himself happens to be the Minister of Petroleum. You have not come out to harass him or to call him out.